When my dad was about 15 or 16, he went to work for Donna's grandfather. And do you know what?
Is that how you guys ultimately got knowing each other?
No. But I'm going to tell you how the families got along.
Gotcha.
And Fred Priest, who was Donna's grandfather, had a small farm, and it wasn't all cleared. And they took money to keep to live, same as today. And he had a stump puller. And the stump puller wasn't to pull out hardwood stumps, it was to pull out pine stumps, because they didn't deteriorate at all. Dad said that he and Fred got along really good.
That's good.
Yeah, and he said that the only thing they disagreed on, Fred was a drinking man, and my dad was a temperance man.
Oh,
that was the only thing they disagreed on. but they got along good,
nice.
Really good.
Yeah, that's good.
And
that's good.
He said they stayed friends the rest of their lives. It started when, one was a man in his prime, and
right.
Dad was a boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So Donna, you're the priests that exist in the community now. You're related to.
Oh yes, all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know the connection.
Yeah.
Got it.
My dad only had, he was an only child, but
Right.
he had lots of cousins and first cousins.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the priests, the Adams, the Johnstons, those are the primary
And Giffens.
family name. Giffens, yes,
Giffens.
are the names that I know.
Yeah.
Who
That
have
you
a
hear
fair-
the most.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
said. Well said. So
And
what?
Alan's dad was my dad's and Mom's executor when they passed away.
Wow.
I started to go with Al when I was 15, and my dad soon died after that,
Right.
like about 2 or 3 months. And I wasn't 16, and Alan's dad was concerned about me not being 16. They were afraid they'd have to call the Children's Aid in.
Oh boy.
Put her in a home.
So Alan's dad was quite happy when I turned 16 that
16.
the Children's Aid had no, because they wouldn't let kids do that now.
Oh no, they'd look right into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
you couldn't let two minors. I guess. Well, Claire wouldn't be a minor either.
No,
You had to be 21.
And Claire wasn't
And
21.
Claire was only 18.
Oh, you had to be 21
yeah.
in order to be considered an adult.
Yeah, at one time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I guess the big question of the day is, what was it like growing up in Minising?
I think it was like every other little village in the country. You played some ball. You got an education, and fortunately, Minising had a continuation school, and that meant that you got 3 or 4 years high school, and most places didn't have that.
Interesting. Now, why do you think Minising had that where other areas didn't?
Because my dad put it through.
Oh.
And he wasn't that popular at times. When you make changes, you're very unpopular.
So he was a real contributor to the community.
Oh, he was, yes.
Wow.
And Minising had water to the homes before the township ever even thought of it. Did you know that?
No, I had no clue. Tell me about that.
The only thing the township were involved in was they collected the money and paid the bills, okayed by a committee from Minising. And when the community center was built, no township money was involved.
Well, how did it get built then?
About 5 of us went together and decided what should be done. Didn't consult anybody except the 5. Found the money.
So a rebel.
That meant, when I say found the money, they signed notes for the money.
Wow.
We put bowling alleys in. And
What year was that, Alan?
what year was it?
1964, because George was 4.
Yeah, 64.
Oh, wow.
Took a couple of years, mind you.
Right. Yeah.
It opened in
We
1964.
added 30 feet onto the community, or into the old school.
Right.
and the basement was just dirt, and we dug it out, and it was hard clay, and they used dynamite to loosen the clay
Really?
up. And somebody said, "Well, what did the township said?" I said, "We couldn't individually. We couldn't buy dynamite, but the township could. We got the township to buy dynamite for it."
Wow.
And one fella, every night, he would drill it and put dynamite, a half stick of dynamite in.
Right.
I don't know how far down they went. I wasn't there for that.
Right.
I wasn't involved in it. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And blow it. And by the next morning, you could work there again. Because dynamite is just sort of a poisonous thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes. If in a confined area, like.
Huh.
Somebody used to come down every night about 4 o'clock with coffee and cookies. And you couldn't guess who that was.
Who would that be?
Now, Donna was pretty faithful, and if she couldn't go, she got somebody else.
Oh,
to,
that's wonderful.
yeah.
that
And
is wonderful.
the work, we hired one carpenter,
Right.
and then we did most of the work.
Right.
And it was all done in the fall of the year. The farmers were done the plowing,
Got it.
Dandelions.
and it was no township money involved at all.
Oh, that's excellent.
And when we got her all going and paid for, township took it over.
We can get into that topic if you'd like. So
It never ends.
no, exactly right. Still going on today. Donna, what about for you in terms of growing up in Minising?
Well, I had a good time. We all went to school together, in the snowstorm, if it was bad, we'd go down to Merle Grant's house and stay all night. Instead of walking home, Charlie would bring the horse and buggy up, and horse and sleigh up, and take us down to
Isn't that
Grant's.
something, eh? You'd told me one other time about the worst snow ever experienced in Minising.
That was 1947.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And share a little bit about that in terms of the height of the snow and all that kind of business.
Well, we had the duct to go underneath the telephone wires.
That's just bizarre to me.
That was a lot of snow, and it took. And when the road finally did get open, the township had an old snowplow, but it wasn't powerful enough to go through the snowbanks.
Wow.
So the men had to shovel ahead of the snowplow.
The snowplow.
Yeah.
Loosen the snow up.
Yeah. I have pictures of it.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Now, are the pictures you have, did any of them make it
there's
into
no
these
pictures
books?
in here. No
That's
pictures
really
in
a
here.
shame, because that would be interesting to see.
But I have lots of pictures, and there's pictures in the history book too, the Vesper history book.
Right. Of that very thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
With the snow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And down on the highway here, down by Horseshoe Valley Road, that, I think you mentioned that before, it was 3 months before that road got open? No, that isn't
No,
what you
this
said.
here.
This here.
Ronald Road.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge
Just
shift.
past those. Just past
Yeah.
those.
3 months, the road was not open
No,
because of the amount of snow.
Yeah.
that's right.
That
With
is
a huge amount
unbelievable.
of snow.
And people would abandon their car and then come back and put a stick
As to where it was?
as to where it was.
Or is?
And it was opened by a bulldozer
Wow.
between here and between Barrie and Collingwood.
Son of a
Can you
gun.
imagine?
No. What have you seen change, which I'm sure is a lot over the years? Like, what are the major changes that you've seen? I guess it depends on how far we want to go back, right?
Well, the war made a big change.
Really?
Yeah. Before that, we had what we call a depression, and people went hungry too.
And we had
Not so
rations.
much in Minnesota, not so much in
Really?
the country, but
Why? Because you could grow your own stuff and
Yeah.
take care of yourself that way?
yeah.
But
And the
rations
people
in the
had
cities.
good gardens, and I can tell you.
Yeah, no doubt.
But sugar was rationed, and butter was rationed,
And gasoline was rationed.
and we had a local store over here, of course, right at the Four Corners where that new little house is.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Nice looking place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that
Yeah.
Andrew Ronald extended credit more than he should have.
Oh, that would be Ronald Road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They were the storekeepers.
Oh, in that same location.
Yeah,
And that's
same
why they
road.
call this Ronald Road.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.